Good day to you all. In this story, we'll be discussing the 4th chapter of Volume 1 of What If the True Dragons Went to Dragon Ball and Became Villains. This story was written by me and published by Story Approved in Wattpad. I hope you enjoy it. Now, let's begin. Whis and Beerus left, saying that the Grand Priest had called them. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly were left behind. They could have kept training, but Goku started thinking about Gohan. He wondered how Gohan's training was going. Goku decided to go check on him. He used instant transmission and disappeared in a flash of light. Vegeta and Broly were left alone to continue their training. Back on Earth, Goku reappeared in front of Gohan, who was standing on a mountaintop. He was wearing his Great Saiyan Man outfit, ready for battle. He was joined by Gamma 1, Piccolo, Krillin, 18, Goten, and Trunks. They had all gathered at the mountaintop, thinking that something was going on. They had felt the strange pressure earlier, the overwhelming force that had spread through the universe. They didn't know what it was, but it had made them alert. They knew that something was wrong. They were all ready for a fight, even if they didn't know who they were going to fight. Goku looked at the group. They all looked tense, their faces serious. "You guys look tense," Goku said. "You guys felt it too, right?" They all looked at Goku. They had been waiting for him. "Father," Gohan said, his voice a little unsure. "So that pressure can be felt on Beerus's planet too?" "Yeah," Goku said, nodding. "It was pretty strong. Whis even said that it destroyed a ton of planets on the edge of the universe and affected the afterlife." They were all shocked. They knew that pressure had been powerful, but they hadn't realized how powerful it was. They had felt it too, but they had managed to withstand it. Some humans had died from it, but most had survived. But they didn't know it was that strong. They couldn't believe that it had destroyed planets and affected the afterlife. They had felt it less strongly than Goku and Vegeta. That's because Earth was far from the edge of the universe. Beerus's planet was much closer, so they had felt the pressure more intensely. They were lucky that Earth was so far away. The tense atmosphere calmed down a bit after a while. Gohan looked at his father, a little curious. "Father," he said, "what's the reason for you being here?" He didn't believe that Goku had just come to tell them about the pressure. There had to be something more. "Well, I'm kinda curious about your training," Goku said, a big grin spreading across his face. "It's been 2 days now. And if you use the hyperbolic time chamber, then you should have some progress, right?" He was really excited to see how much stronger Gohan had gotten. "Well, I just got out from the hyperbolic time chamber," Gohan said. "And I could say I made some progress." "Well then, how about let's test that progress out?" Goku said, taking a few steps back and getting into a fighting stance. "What do you say, Gohan?" He was eager to spar with his son. He wanted to see how much stronger he had become. Gohan smirked. He was ready for this. "All right then, father," he said. He took a fighting stance too. "Let's do this." The others stepped back, giving Goku and Gohan some space. They were all excited to watch this spar. They wanted to see how strong Gohan had gotten. They knew that he had been training hard. They were all eager to see the results. Goku and Gohan charged at each other, their movements a blur. They were both ready to fight. Goku landed a punch on Gohan, but Gohan blocked it with ease. He returned the favor, punching Goku in the gut. Goku stumbled back, a bit, surprised by the force of his son's punch. Goku smiled, a little surprised. He liked how strong his son was getting. He charged forward again, his fist aimed at Gohan's face. Gohan blocked the punch and then kicked Goku in the chest. Goku stumbled back again. "You're getting stronger, Gohan," Goku said, wiping a little sweat from his brow. He was really impressed with how well Gohan was doing. Goku took a step back and powered up. He transformed into a Super Saiyan 2, his hair turning golden and his aura blazing with power. Gohan smirked. He knew that he was going to have his work cut out for him. He took a defensive stance, ready for whatever Goku threw at him. Goku charged forward again, his fist moving like a blur. Gohan dodged the punch and kicked Goku in the stomach. Goku managed to block the kick, but he was surprised by the force of it. They exchanged more blows, their movements a flurry of fists and feet. Goku was starting to get the upper hand. His attacks were faster and stronger. Gohan was mostly on the defensive. He had to be careful. He had to find a way to use his speed and agility to his advantage. He had to think fast. Gohan took a few steps back, a determined look on his face. He could feel his power growing. He needed to be stronger. He had to keep up with his father. He focused all his energy, and his body started to glow. He transformed into his ultimate state. Goku felt the energy coming from Gohan. He smiled. He knew that Gohan was serious now. He powered up, his hair turning blue and his aura turning bright blue. He transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. Piccolo, Gamma 1, Krillin, 18, and Trunks had been watching the fight, enjoying the show. They could feel the energy pouring off of Gohan and Goku, a surge of power that made the air crackle. They knew this was going to be a good fight. Goku and Gohan finished powering up, their eyes meeting across the distance. They were both serious, but their faces also held a hint of excitement. Gohan was ready to show his father what he had learned. Goku was ready to see how far his son had come. They both smiled, their smiles widening with the thrill of the battle. Their Saiyan blood, their love for fighting, was pumping through their veins. They were ready to give it their all. Goku and Gohan charged at each other, a flurry of fists and feet. They were both fast and powerful, their movements a blur. They were well matched, but Goku was slightly stronger. He had more experience, and he was a natural fighter. He was able to land a few more punches than Gohan. Gohan kicked Goku in the chest, sending him stumbling back. He then started firing ki blasts at his father, trying to keep him at bay. Goku dodged the blasts, his movements quick and fluid. Goku knew that he had to do something. He charges up a Kamehameha while dodging the ki blast Gohan is firing at him. He then fires the Kamehameha at Gohan. Gohan seeing this smirk, he charged up his own Kamehameha, a powerful blast of energy. He fired it at Goku's Kamehameha, the two blasts meeting in a clash of energy that shook the ground. They pushed against each other, neither one able to overpower the other. Gohan knew he had to do something. He needed more power. He thought back to his training. He remembered how he had learned to combine the power of his Super Saiyan 3 with his ultimate state. He couldn't draw all the power of his Super Saiyan 3 into his base form, but he could use some of it. He focused his power, and his aura started to glow brighter. He started to overpower Goku's Kamehameha. Goku sensed the increase in Gohan's power. He knew that he had to do something. He needed to get stronger. He powered up, his aura turning brighter. A red aura surrounded his blue aura. He used Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken X10. His energy spiked, and the two Kamehamehas became equal again. Goku used instant transmission, disappearing in a flash of light. He reappeared right next to Gohan, landing a powerful punch that sent him flying backward. Gohan rolled on the ground, stopping his momentum before he crashed into a rock. He quickly got to his feet, his eyes narrowed in focus. He saw Goku charging forward, his fist cocked, and he blocked the punch just in time. They continued to fight, their movements a blur of fists and feet. They were both so fast, so strong, that it was hard to tell who was winning. They seemed to be equally matched. They were pushing each other to their limits. The others were watching the fight, their eyes wide with amazement. They are really going at it, huh? Krillin said. Seems like it, Piccolo said, his voice low. He was a little worried. He knew that Goku and Gohan were both very strong, but he was worried that they might push each other too hard. He had seen what could happen when Saiyans got too carried away with their fighting. He hoped that Goku would know when to stop. Goku and Gohan were still exchanging blows, their movements a blur of fists and feet. They were both giving it their all, pushing each other to their limits. Goku took a few steps back, wiping a little sweat from his forehead. Wow, Gohan, you really got stronger, huh? He said, a grin spreading across his face. He was really impressed with how much stronger Gohan had become. Yeah, Gohan said, his expression became serious. Father, I think it's time for us to take this to the next level. Goku nodded, a little serious now too. Yeah, I think so too. He took a deep breath, his eyes gleaming with determination. Well then, let's do this, Gohan. He transformed into his perfected Ultra Instinct. His hair turned silver, and his eyes glowed with a bright. His aura shimmered around him, a powerful force that filled the air with energy. Gohan smirked. He knew what this meant. This was going to be a real fight. He started to transform, his body glowing with a powerful light. The air around him crackled with energy, swirling and twisting as his power surged. He transformed into his beast form, his muscles bulging, his hair becoming spiky and his aura turning purple. Here I go, father, he said, his voice filled with excitement. He charged toward Goku, ready for the battle of his life. Gohan charged forward, his muscles rippling with power. He delivered a powerful punch toward his father, but Goku, with his Ultra Instinct reflexes, was able to dodge it easily. Goku smiled. He was impressed with how fast Gohan had become. Gohan smirked, a glint of mischief in his eyes. He knew that he had to get past his father's Ultra Instinct reflexes to be able to land a hit. He moved in close, his movements fluid and powerful. He landed a knee in Goku's stomach. Goku grunted in pain, a little surprised that Gohan had managed to bypass his Ultra Instinct. Goku doubled over, his hand clutching his stomach. He felt a sharp, searing pain. He hadn't expected that, but he could still handle it. Goku straightened up, his eyes meeting Gohan's. They both smiled, their expressions a mixture of respect and excitement. They were both pushing each other to their limits. They both wanted to see how far they could go. They charged at each other again, exchanging blows with incredible speed and power. They moved so fast that it was hard to tell what was happening. After a while of exchanging blows, they both stopped, taking a few steps back. They were both breathing heavily, their bodies sweating from the exertion of the battle. They were both starting to tire. But they were still not finished. "I think it's time to end this," Gohan said, his voice filled with determination. He took a deep breath, feeling the power surge through his veins. He looked at his father, his eyes filled with a mixture of respect and excitement. "Father," he shouted, and his body started to glow, his aura radiating with a powerful energy. Goku felt the power that Gohan was releasing. He was shocked. He knew that Gohan had been training hard, but he had no idea how much power he had gained. "Such power," Goku said, a smile spreading across his face. He was amazed by how much his son had grown. Gohan's aura shimmered and pulsed, violent and potent. He was using all of his power. Goku smiled. He was proud of his son. "Ready, father," Gohan said. His voice was filled with excitement. "I'll give it my everything in this one attack." He charged forward, his fist glowing with a concentrated ki. Goku nodded. He was ready. He charged forward, his fist cocked. His eyes met Gohan's, and they both knew that this was the end of the fight. Goku's fist landed on Gohan's cheek, and Gohan's fist landed on Goku's cheek. They both took the blow, a powerful clash of fists that shook the very ground beneath their feet. There was a blinding flash of light, a powerful explosion that rocked the world. They both disappeared in the bright light, a powerful shockwave pushing out in all directions. The light faded, and the dust settled. Goku and Gohan were both still standing, but they were both in their base forms now. They were both injured, their bodies aching and their clothes torn. They were both barely able to stand. Gohan took a step back, his legs wobbling. He felt weak. He had pushed himself to his limits, but it wasn't enough. He felt a sharp pain in his chest, and his vision started to blur. He knew he was losing consciousness. He fell to his knees, his head slumping forward. "Even with all of that, I still lost," he mumbled, his voice weak. "You're really strong, Dad." He closed his eyes, and his head fell forward. He was unconscious. Goku also felt the pain in his body. He was exhausted. He had used all of his strength. He was just as tired as Gohan. He took a step back, his knees buckling. He fell to his knees, his arms falling limp at his sides. "You really got a lot stronger, huh, Gohan?" he said, a smile gracing his lips. "I'm proud of you." He felt a wave of exhaustion wash over him, and his eyes started to flutter closed. He knew he couldn't stay awake any longer. "This fight is your win, my son," he whispered, his voice barely audible. He closed his eyes, and he fell forward. He was unconscious. Piccolo, Krillin, Gamma 1, 18, Goten, and Trunks all rushed forward, their expressions concerned. They had seen what had happened. They had seen Goku and Gohan pushing each other to the limit. They had seen how tired and injured they both were. They carefully helped Goku and Gohan to their feet and carried them to a nearby cave. They knew that they needed to rest. They needed to recover. They had both given their all, and they deserved a chance to heal. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed this kind of what if scenario, please leave a comment. I'll read every single one. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a new video. If you want to submit your own fanfic story to be featured on the channel, let me know. That's all for now. Goodbye.